Mr. Lexington, what's up with you, brother? Appreciate the kind words, man. Um, yeah, it's with what you saw. Yes, definitely was three simple steps. But at the end of the day, if you can just take the information I'm giving you and incorporate it into your name and into your lifestyle, you're gonna have and see the change. But always remember, Mr. Lexington, you're not going to see the change first. Everybody else around you is going to see the change first. So it's going to take some time for you to see it. But if you incorporate it, you'll get it. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Lexington. Appreciate that, brother. Guys, how you doing? I'm Steve the Dean Williams. Welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about today. Not much, but we have a lot to talk about. And but before I say that, guys, please go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification buttons, and you will always get the updates when we're doing things. So just know that. Well, today what I want to talk about is kind of like the elephant in the room. And how does one handle and move forward from rejection, excuse me. What I'm going to be talking about today is three things that you can incorporate in your life to handle rejection. You see, for a lot of guys out there, the thing that stops them sometimes is when a woman turns them down and they don't necessarily know how to handle the situation. Sometimes they look at rejection as something bad, or they look at rejection as, you know what, it's the dark corner, or it's going into the bullets. And you know what, I don't want to even deal with that. But for those that do approach women and talk to women that do get rejected, a lot of guys look at rejection as a bad thing. Well, like I said today, we're going to be talking about three things you can do to eliminate, or begin the process of eliminating rejection. Come on, man. Let's go.
I'll have you know that the way that you talk to me makes me just melt. Like butter on a hot pan.
And for my pussy, you know that it's yours, so have at it whenever you want.
It's weird. Like, I really just enjoy like waking up and seeing your face and touching you. I miss you.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Steve D. Williams here. Let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. We want to talk about rejection because it's something that a lot of guys deal with on a day-to-day basis. But I'm going to give you three things today that's going to kind of help you out along the way. So next time you get rejected, or the next time you feel like a rejection is going to happen, you can keep doing these things to get yourself better and to push forward as a man. Well, the first thing that I will always say a man needs to do is he needs to do a reassessment. And what do I mean by a reassessment is, gentlemen, do a lot of self-reflecting. Go back and just take notes. Well, not take notes. Look back at your notes. Remember, I always show you with the Approach Bootcamp how to approach women. So if you're doing that correctly, you can go back to your notes and say to yourself, okay, I remember the Approach Bootcamp. Steve told me to be courteous. Was I courteous? Check. Okay. The next thing was, did I explain to her why I came over there? Or did I, after I introduced myself, was I courteous again and told her, you know what, I don't mean to hold you up. I don't mean to be rude. Remember A to A or A to B. Did you do that? Check. Okay. I'm just saying, if you did these things and you have check marks. The next thing is, did you introduce yourself to the woman? If you did that, yes, that's another check. All right. So what I'm saying is, as long as you're doing this, so far, so good, man. So then the next thing you've got to ask yourself is, did I let her know why I came over here? Did I tell her, remember, shoulders up, why was I'm talking to her in the first place? If you did that, give yourself another check. Then did you tell her that, you know what, I want to take you out on a date sometime because, you know what, I want to get to know you in a more intimate way. Did you do that? Put a check if you did that. And last but not least, did you offer her your number, or did the rejection come before or after that? Regardless of what it is, what I always tell you to do as a self-reflecting and self-assessment is to look back at what you did. Remember, you always should have a plan of attack before you walk out that door. So if she says no, I have a boyfriend or something like that. And remember, we always go for 2 no's as well. So you got to make sure that you get 2 no's. That's another check that you have to process. But what I'm saying to you guys is when you take the moment to reassess everything you've done, and if you hit everything on your list of a check mark of what you wanted to get done, then this is the moment I would say go buy yourself a beer, pat yourself on the back, because you didn't do anything wrong. You see, where a lot of guys go wrong is when they walk up to a woman, they don't know what to do. They have no check marks on their list. So they throw stuff up on the wall, hoping something sticks. So remember, guys, first thing you want to do is reassess. Did I do everything that I said that I was going to do? Or was I intimidated by her looks? Or was I worried about what she thought? You've got to do the self-assessment, okay? That's number 1. Okay, let's roll over to number 2. Number 2 is really important because I don't want you to take it personally. You see, a lot of us are driven by our ego and our self-importance. And when a woman turns us down or something happens that we want but we can't have, for a lot of us, we get what we call a bruised ego. So don't take it personally. Why? Because at the end of the day, she's allowed to say no. She's allowed to say, I have a boyfriend. And she's allowed to say, I'm not interested. But again, it kind of goes back to the first thing. If you don't take it seriously, don't worry about the end result. Don't beat yourself up over the no or the rejection. Because if you continue to beat yourself up over that, it's going to prevent you and stop you from trying to talk to other women. Always remember, guys, the secret of the sauce is a woman can say, no, I have a boyfriend, or she didn't have to say anything at all. A woman can reject you. So don't take it personally. Don't ever take what she does personally. Even if she says yes, don't take it personally. Don't get excited. Just act like you've been there before. And if a woman says no to you, we've all been there before. Just get used to the feeling and the flavor and the taste that comes with it, and just don't take it personally. Now, let's get to number 3. Number 3, guys, very important, man. I call this the dust off. And the reason why I call it dust off is because in life, you're going to get knocked down, you're going to get beat up, and you're going to get dragged through the mud. And I know, guys, sometimes when a woman rejects you, it feels that way. It feels like, you know what, I can't move on. I feel like I can't move forward. Oh, man, you know, you just want to feel like you have these chains on you. What I'm saying to you is dust yourself off. Dust yourself off and look at the situation, not the end result. Look at the situation and say to yourself, is that all you got? That's all you got? That's all you hit me with? Then bring it on. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. Why? Because at the end of the day, what you guys think is rejection is not really rejection. Because at the end of the day, you are not a loser when you go after what you want. What makes a person a loser is when he sees something he wants and he sits on the sideline and doesn't make that move. What makes you special is the fact that you're going after what you want. And that's the dust off. Dust yourself off and realize it is just one woman. Who's next? Remember Goldberg used to say that back in the day, Bill Goldberg, who's next? You know, win, learn, draw. Remember, you learn from these situations, soak in the information, and then, like I say, go back and reassess what's going on. If you reassess what's going on, it's going to help you out better. And then once you reassess it, realize that, you know what, don't take things personally. She's allowed to say no. She's allowed to turn you down, but so what? I'm not putting my emotions and my feelings in someone I really don't know. So even if she says yes, I don't care. If she says no, I don't care. But even if she knocks you off of your horse, it is this moment in time that shows what kind of fortitude you have. It is these moments when the worst things happen that you feel are the worst, when your voice and your mind is telling you just to go home. This is when you've got to dust yourself off and go towards the bullets, go towards the cave, and prove what that person is thinking in your head wrong. Get up off your get back on your high horse, and keep talking to women. Because if you fester in one woman, you're never going to learn how to grow as a man. Okay, guys?